Hey guys, how you doing? It's Burton's Middle Class Review. Now, once again, I'll be talking about some economic stuff and with a twist. Now, it is the middle of March 2021. It's been a year since we had government-enforced lockdown, which reduced the economy to, well, crap. And the stock market crumbled, and then they had to, lower interest rates like crazy, and then the government went nuts, spending money and giving welfare out to people who shouldn't have got it, and way too much welfare. So it's been a year since then. A lot of stuff's happened. And what's going on right now in the news? Or people just going on about social justice issues and garbage, but they're obviously just going after soft targets, really, which is normal, these people. Kind of like Vikings, social justice warriors, they only go after soft targets and they're very opportunistic. They don't really look at people who are really suffering and stuff, but not to worry. But while you're getting distracted by that, here's some real news. See these things behind me? Australian race cars, and they're based on Aussie muscle cars, V8 muscle cars. Well, guess what? The Ford Falcon GTHO Phase 3, one of those cars just sold for $1.15 million. Also, a VF Holden Commodore Ute. It's actually an HSV Maloo W1, sold for $1 million. And you're probably thinking, what the hell are you talking about cars? Well, what's this got to do with the economy? Well, I love my modern history, people, and I remember in 2007, the muscle car market was huge. A Ford Falcon GTHO Phase 3 sold for a record price in 2007. Then what happened in 2008? Well, we had the GFC. And after GFC hit, boom. Asset prices collapsed. People went broke, things like that. So what I'm saying to you people is this is a clear signal that the economy is going downhill big time. And you're going to have some serious issues starting soon. So this is why I said earlier in a previous post that I was actually preparing my war chest. I'm getting cashed up. I'm getting ready to go. I see these things as clear signals. If you're watching the news and seeing all this other rubbish on the news, that's actually not a real massive issue, but they're making a big deal out of it. It's actually got nothing to do with the economy and that. And the uber rich and stuff, while they're pushing these social justice issues, people like Bill Gates, etc., you know how he funds Get Up and all that, what he's actually doing is buying up farms in all over the United States, but also he's bought him and his rich mates have bought farms in New Zealand, somewhere far away from America, for instance, to get ready for any economic chaos. So this is why I said in a previous post I was building my war chest and getting ready for any eventuality. Now, I hope there isn't massive economic chaos. However, I do love my history, and I do remember the Great Depression, which happened back in 1929, and the stock market didn't recover until the 1950s. But if you look at successful people who got prepared for that, you look at, say, John F. Kennedy, the late President of the United States, the one who was assassinated. His father actually sold all of his shares just before the stock market crashed in 1929. And why did he do it? Well, he actually said, he admitted that a shoeshine boy was giving him stock market tips, and then he just dumped all his shares. So, I mean, and then what he did, he got cashed up. Now, some people say cash is king, but I say cash flow is king. And basically he got this cash, and then once the asset prices all crumbled after the depression, that's when he started buying assets, and he became a bootlegger, selling illegal booze, because alcohol sales are actually made illegal in the United States. You may not know. That's where you got all those gangsters and that in Chicago. So like Scarface, Capone, Al Capone, etc. But it was the cash flow that made the Kennedy family rich, like a good bunch of Catholics are, like myself. But anyway, all I'm saying to you people is get prepared. Get ready. I'm doing much the same myself. I'm wanting to grow more food of my own. I'm getting ready for assets to crumble. And, I've seen the signals when you've got these muscle cars going for crazy prices. And you know what happened? A year after the prices went crazy back in 2007, you had the GFC. And we had assets absolutely collapse. I remember a real estate agent, a friend of mine, he's a principal for a real estate agency, and I bought my first house through him. He actually had an Audi Q7 car. He got rid of it immediately. Once the GFC hit, and bought a $35,000 General Motors Holden Commodore. I mean, and he was just selling off stuff because he knew everything was going to the toilet. So, I mean, we've seen this before. Don't say nobody's told you. This is modern history, okay? This has all happened within the last 100 years. If you haven't learnt your lessons for this and you're too busy watching the mainstream news that's just going on about nonsense stuff at the moment, then more fool you. So good luck, be prepared, and as always, stay awesome.